Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, October 4th, 2021. Big Monday show today. We'll recap the weekend's baseball games and look at the playoff picture. We'll recap the football from the weekend from the NFL Week 4 and College Football Week 5, WNBA playoffs, Major League Soccer, golf, NASCAR, NHL goalie rankings, news and notes, and best bet of the day. We're going to start in Major League Baseball because the regular season has come to an end, and we know who the playoff teams are officially. So I just wanted to get into that first. We'll start Friday night. Rays over the Yankees 4-3, Pirates over the Reds 9-2, Red Sox over the Nationals 4-2, Blue Jays over the Orioles 6-4, Phillies over the Marlins 5-0, Mets over the Braves 4-3. Indians over the Rangers 9-6, White Sox over the Tigers 8-1, Royals over the Twins 11-6, A's over the Astros 8-6, Cardinals over the Cubs 4-3, Rocks over the D-backs 9-7, Giants over the Padres 3-0, Angels over the Mariners 2-1, and the Dodgers over the Brewers 8-6. Saturday, Rays over the Yankees 12-2, Blue Jays over the Orioles 10-1, Red Sox over the Nationals 5-3, Padres over the Giants 3-2 and 10. Marlins over the Phillies 3-1. Reds lose to the Pirates 8-6. Rangers over the Indians 7-2. White Sox over the Tigers 5-4. Twins over the Royals 4-0. Astros over the A's 10-4. Cubs over the Cards 6-5. I was combined the two teams. The Braves over the Mets 6-5. D-backs over the Rockies 11-2. Mariners over the Angels 6-4. And the Dodgers over the Brewers 8-3. And then Sunday, Yankees over the Rays 1-0 on a walk-off single by Aaron Judge. Yankees finished the regular season at 92-70. Tampa 162. Aroldis Chapman the win. Josh Fleming the loss. Red Sox over the Nationals 6-5 as the Red Sox clinched the first wild card spot. They also finished 92-70, but they get the tiebreaker based on beating the Yankees in the season series. Washington is 65-97. Eduardo Rodriguez the win. Kyle Finnegan the loss and Nick Pivetta the save. Blue Jays over the Orioles 12-4. The Blue Jays finished the regular season at 91-71. Great year for them. Baltimore 52-110. Hyunjin Ryu the win and Bruce Zimmerman the loss. Angels over the Mariners 7-3. The Angels are 77-85. Seattle 90-72. Getting the win was Oliver Ortega the loss. Tyler Anderson. Reds over the Pirates 6-3. The Reds 83-79. Pittsburgh 61-101. Reverse San Martin the win. Cody Ponce the loss. Indians over the Rangers 6-0. The Indians finish at 80-82. Texas 16-102. Aaron Civale to win and Dane Dunning the loss. Giants over the Padres 11-4 to clinch the NL West. San Fran 107-55, San Diego 79-83, Logan Webb the win, and Reese Nair the loss. D-backs over the Rockies 5-4, the D-backs 52-110, Colorado 74-87. JB Wendell Ken with the win, and Carlos Estevez the loss. Tigers over the White Sox 5-2, the Tigers 77-85. Chicago 93-69. Joe Jimenez the win. Reynaldo Lopez the loss. And Michael Fulmer the save. Dodgers over the Brewers 10-3. The Dodgers 106-56 as they get the first wild card in the National League. Milwaukee 95-67. Walker Buehler to win. Aaron Ashby the loss. And getting the save was Andre Jackson. Twins over the Royals 7-3. The Twins 73-89, KC 74-88. So the Royals finish out of the Twins in the Central. The Twins actually finish in last, which I don't think anybody expected before the season. Getting the win for KC was Nick Vincent, the loss, Jackson Cower. And getting the save was Jorge Alcala. Astros over the Athletics 7-6. On a walk-off single by Yuli Gurriel. Houston 95-67. Oakland 86-76. So Oakland double digits over 500 and missing the postseason. That's 3 teams in the American League. We'll get to the other one in a second. Getting the win was Blake Taylor and the loss Lou Trevino. Marlins over the Phillies 5-4. Marlins 67-95. Philly 82-80. Zach Thompson the win. Hector Neris the loss, and Dylan Floro the save. Cubs over the Cardinals 3-2 in 8 innings. As it was a rain-shortened finale, Cubs 71-91. St. Louis 90-72 and hosting this, or not hosting, but getting the second wild card. Will be at the Dodgers on Wednesday. Getting the win for the Cubs was Joe Biagini, and the loss was Jake Woodford. And last but not least, the Braves over the Mets 5-0. The Braves 88-73. And the Mets 77-85. Getting the win was Spencer Strider, and the loss was Noah Syndergaard. So, Atlanta clinches the NL East recently. So, Tuesday begins the postseason, obviously tomorrow. And we are going to preview and predict the wildcard game in Fenway between the Yanks and the Sox. And then Wednesday is the NL wildcard game between the Cardinals and the Dodgers from Chez Ravie. So we will make a pick for that game on Wednesday's show. The ALDS begins Thursday. The NLDS begins Friday. I'll make my picks for the ALDS on the Wednesday show, and then I'll make the picks for the NLDS on the Thursday show so it doesn't confuse you with the in-game selections. All right, now we'll go to NFL from the weekend as we will recap the scores from yesterday and look ahead to tonight's Monday night matchup. Giants over the Saints 27-21 in overtime to get their first win of the season. They're 1-3. New Orleans 2-2. Daniel Jones 28-40, a career high, 402 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Jameis Winston 17-23, 226 yards, and a touchdown. Washington over the Falcons 34-30. Washington 2-2. Atlanta 1-3. Taylor Heineke 23 of 33, 290 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Matt Ryan 25 of 42, 283 yards. And 4 touchdowns. Bills over the Texans, 40-0. The Bills 3-1. Houston 1-3. Josh Allen, 20 of 29, 248 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Davis Mills, 11 of 21, 87 yards, and 4 interceptions. As the Bills force 5 turnovers. Bears over the Lions, 24-14. The Bears 2-2. The Lions 0-4. Justin Fields, 11 of 17, 209 yards and a pick. Jared Goff, 24 of 38, 299 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cowboys over the Panthers, 36-28. The Cowboys are 3-1, and so are the Panthers. Dak Prescott, 14 of 22, 288 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott with his best game in a long time, 20 carries, 143 yards and a touchdown. And Sam Darnold, 26 of 39, 301 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 2 picks. Colts over the Dolphins, 27-17. The Colts 1-3, the Dolphins 1-3. Carson Wentz, 24 of 32, 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jacoby Brissett, 20 of 3, 199 yards and 2 touchdowns. Browns over the Vikings, 14-7. The Browns 3-1, the Vikings 1-3. Baker Mayfield, 15 of 33, 155 yards. Kirk Cousins, 20 of 38, 203 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Jets over the Titans, 27-24 in overtime. The Jets 1-3, Tennessee 2-2. Zach Wilson, 21 of 34, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Ryan Tannehill, 30 of 49, 298 yards, and a touchdown. Chiefs over the Eagles, 42-30. Chiefs 2-2, Philly 1-3. Patrick Mahomes, 24 of 30, 278 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a pick. Jalen Hurts, 32 and 48, 387 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cardinals over the Rams, 37-20. Cardinals 4-0. LA 3-1. Kyler Murray, 24 of 32, 206 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matt Stafford, 26 of 41, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Seahawks over the 49ers, 28-21. The Seahawks, 2-2. San Fran, 2-2. Russell Wilson, 16 of 23, 249 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jimmy Garoppolo, 14 of 23, 165 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Ravens over the Broncos, 23-7. The Ravens 3-1. The Broncos 3-1. Lamar Jackson, 22 of 37, 316 yards, and a touchdown. Drew Lock in for the injured Teddy Bridgewater, 12 of 21, 113 yards, and a pick. Meanwhile, Teddy was 7 of 16, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Packers over the Steelers, 27-17. The Packers 3-1. The Steelers 1-3. Aaron Rodgers, 20 of 36, 248 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ben, 26 of 40, 232 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Bucks over the Patriots, 19-17. The Bucks 3-1. The Patriots 1-3. Tom Brady in his coveted return to Foxborough, 22 of 43, 269 yards. Mac Jones, 31 of 40, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. All right, tonight, Monday Night Football, 8:15, ESPN, Steve Levy, Brian Grease, and Louis Riddick on the call. Raiders-Chargers should be a fun one from SoFi Stadium in LA. The Chargers and the Raiders, division rivals, combined 5-1 on the year. I project the Chargers as a 7-point favorite and the total of 48-15. Meanwhile, it is, according to FanDuel, Chargers by 3, total 51.5. So barely any movement in this game from like a line standpoint. I love the Chargers. Derek Carr came out and was all cocky the other day saying how we own SoFi Stadium. That's a Raider. It's like a home game for us. Yeah, not so fast. Justin Herbert's better than you, Derek Carr, and he's going to prove it to you on Monday night and shove it up your butt. So, give me the Chargers minus the 3 against the Raiders that hand John Gruden and company their first loss. Carr will come back to bite Derek Carr, and I also like the under in this game too, but the podcast play will be the Chargers of Los Angeles to win a big-time game in division in prime time. All right, now we will look back on the college games from the weekend, which there are a ton of interesting results, to say the least. We will begin with Friday night, as Houston defeats Tulsa 45-10. Houston 4-1, Tulsa 1-4. Number 5 Iowa over Maryland 51-14. It was very reminiscent of that Penn State game from a couple years ago where Maryland absolutely laid an egg. As Iowa goes to 5-0, Maryland 4-1. Number 13 BYU over Utah State 34-20. So Friday's best bet was a winner. BYU 5-0, Utah 3-2. Saturday, number 2 Georgia over number 8 Arkansas 37-0. Georgia 5-0, Arkansas 4-1. Number 14 Michigan over Wisconsin 38-17. Michigan 5-0, Wisconsin 1-3. Tennessee over Mizzou 62-24. Tennessee 3-2, Mizzou 2-3. Illinois over Charlotte 24-14. Illinois 2-4. Charlotte 3-2. Pitt over Georgia Tech 52-21. Pitt 4-1. Georgia Tech 2-3. UNC over Duke 38-7. UNC 3-2. Duke 3-2. Minnesota over Purdue 2013. Minnesota 3-2. Purdue 3-2. Toledo over UMass 45-7. Toledo 3-2. UMass 0-5. Texas over TCU 32-27. Texas 4-1. TCU 2-2. Temple over Memphis 34-31. Temple 3-2. Memphis 3-2. Western Michigan over Buffalo 24-17. Western Michigan 4-1. Buffalo 2-3. Number 24 Wake Forest over Louisville 37-34. Wake 5-0. Louisville 3-2. App State over Georgia State 45-16. App State 4-1. Georgia State 1-4. USC over Colorado 37-14. USC 3-2. Colorado 1-4. Number 7 Cincinnati over number 9 Notre Dame 24-13. Cincinnati 4-0. Notre Dame 4-1. Number 16 Coastal Carolina over Yale Monroe 56-9. Coastal 5-0. Yale Monroe 2-2. Northern Illinois over Eastern Michigan 27-20. Northern Illinois 3-2. Eastern Michigan 3-2. Number 1 Alabama over number 12 Ole Miss 42-21. Alabama 5-0. Ole Miss 3-1. Stanford upsets number 3 Oregon 31-24 in overtime. Stanford 3-2. Oregon 4-1. Number 6 Oklahoma over Kansas State 37-31. Oklahoma 5-0. Kansas State 3-2. Number 11 Ohio State over Rutgers 52-13. Ohio State 4-1. Rutgers 3-2. South Carolina over Troy 23-14. South Carolina 3-2. Troy 2-3. FAU over FIU 58-21. FAU 3-2. FIU 1-4. Florida State over Syracuse 33-30. Florida State 1-4. Syracuse 3-2. Texas Tech over West Virginia 23-20. Texas Tech 4-1. West Virginia 2-3. Navy over UCF 34-30. Navy 1-3. UCF 2-2. East Carolina over Tulane 52-29. East Carolina 3-2. Tulane 1-4. Miami of Ohio over Central Michigan 28-17. Miami 2-3. Central 2-3. Ohio over Akron 34-17. Ohio 1-4. Akron 1-4. Kent State over Bowling Green 27-20. Kent 2-3. Bowling Green 2-3. Nevada over Boise State 41-31. Nevada 3-1. Boise 2-3. SMU over South Florida 41-17. SMU 5-0. USF 1-4. Georgia Southern over Arkansas State 59-33. Georgia Southern 2-3. Arkansas State 1-4. Ball State over Army 28-16. Ball State 2-3. Army 4-1. Washington State over Cal 21-6. Wazoo 2-3. Cal 1-4. Kentucky over number 10 Florida 20-13. Kentucky 5-0. Florida 3-2. Some money line pick comes through. Number 23 NC State over Louisiana Tech 34-27. NC State 4-1. Louisiana Tech 2-3. UTSA over UNLV 24-17. UTSA 5-0. UNLV 0-5. Rice over Southern Miss 24-19. Rice 2-3. Southern Miss 1-4. Air Force over New Mexico 38-10. Air Force 4-1. New Mexico 2-3. Mississippi State upsets number 15 Texas A&M 26-22. Miss State 3-2. A&M 3-2. Number 19 Oklahoma State over number 21 Baylor 24-14. OK State 5-0. Baylor 4-1. Middle Tennessee over Marshall 34-28. Middle 2-3. Marshall 2-3. Liberty over UAB 36-12. Liberty 4-1. UAB 3-2. Iowa State over Kansas 59-7. Iowa State 3-2. Kansas 1-3. Number 4 Penn State over Indiana 24-0. Penn State 5-0. Indiana 2-3. Number 17 Michigan State over Western Kentucky 48-31. Sparty 5-0. Western Kentucky 1-3. Number 25 Clemson over Boston College 19-13. Clemson 3-2. BC 4-1. Vandy over UConn 30-28. Vandy 2-3. UConn 0-6. Nebraska over Northwestern 56-7. Nebraska 3-3. Northwestern 2-3. Louisiana over South Alabama 2018. Louisiana 4-1. South Alabama 3-1. Number 22 Auburn over LSU 24-19. Auburn 4-1. LSU 3-2. UTEP over Old Dominion 28-21. UTEP 4-1. Old Dominion 1-4. Oregon State over Washington 27-24. Oregon State 4-1. Washington 2-3. Arizona State over number 20 UCLA 42-23. Arizona State 4-1. UCLA 3-2. San Jose State over New Mexico State 37-31. San Jose State 3-2. New Mexico State 1-5. And Hawaii over number 18 Fresno State 27-24. Hawaii 3-3. Fresno 4-2. All right, so there you have it for college football from the weekend. Now we will go over the WNBA playoff games from Sunday, as there are no games on Friday and Saturday. So Game 3, Sky over the Sun, 86-83. The Sky have a 2-1 series lead. Kalia Cooper, 26 points. DeWanna Bonner had 22 for Connecticut. Mercury over the Aces, 87-60. The Mercury have a 2-1 series lead. Brianna Turner, 23 points and 17 boards. Liz Cambage, 13 points for Vegas. All right, the game fours will be on Wednesday. We will preview and pick them on Wednesday's show. All right, now we will do Major League Soccer from the weekend. I'm just going to zoom through the scores. Some interesting results, to say the least. Saturday, Austin over Salt Lake, 2-1. Club Football Montreal over Atlanta, 2-1. Red Bulls over Cincinnati, 1-0. Orlando over DC United, 2-1. Dallas and Minnesota, 0-0 draw. Vancouver over San Jose, 3-0. Sunday, NYCFC and Nashville, 0-0 draw. Philly over Columbus, 3-0. Kansas City over Houston, 4-2. Toronto over Chicago, 3-1. Portland over Miami, 1-0. LA Galaxy and LAFC, 1-1 draw. And Seattle over Colorado, 3-0. All right, so no games until Saturday, so we will put Major League Soccer to rest until the Friday podcast. All right, now I'm going to go over the results from the golf tournament from the weekend. Which was the the Sanderson Farms Championship. And your winner with a score of 22 under was Sam Burns. Tied for second with 21 under, Nick Watney and Cam Young. Tied for fourth with 20 under, Henrik Norlander, Andrew Landry, Hayden Buckley, and Trey Mullinax. Tied for eighth with 19 under, Siwoo Kim, Sahith Theagla, and Seth Reeves. Tied for 11th with 18 under, Harold Varner III, Cam Triangle, and Cheng Sung Pan. Tied for 14th with 17 under, Roger Sloan, Tyler Duncan, Walter Zalatoris. Tied for 17th with 16 under is a pretty big tie, Luke List, Corey Connors, William McGirt, Taylor Moore, my bad. Matthew Wolf, Dylan McCarthy, Brendan Steele, Nate Lashley, and Grant Hirschman. Tied for 26th with 15 under, Aaron Weiss, Stefan Jagger, and Nick Hardy. Tied for 29th with 14 under, Russell Knox and Adam Long. Tied for 31st with 13 under, Sanjay Mito Piera, Kevin Strillman, and Alex Smalley. Tied for 35th with 12 under, Mackenzie Hughes, Chris Kirk, Kyle Reifers, and Davis Thompson. Tied for 39th with 11 under, Dylan Fratelli, Emiliano Grillo, Charlie Hoffman, Taylor Pendrith, Paul Barjon, Ryan Moore, and that's it for that tie. Tied for 45th with 10 under, Adam Hadwin, Kurt Kitayama, Eugenio Lopez Chichara, Chesson Hadley, Lee Hodges, and Jimmy Walker. Tied for 51st with 9 under, Joel Dahman, Andy Ogletree, Peter Manlotti, and Sam Ryder and Michael Thompson. All right, now we're just going to do notables. Tied for 56th, Doc Revent and Bryce Garnett and Lucas Glover. Actually, no, Lucas Glover was 58th in the tie with 7 under, along with a few others. Tied for 65th with 5 under was Vincent Whaley. J.J. Spawn was 68th with 1 under. Among those cut, Patrick Rogers, Adam Schenk, Gary Woodland, Lucas Griffin, Sergio Garcia, JT Potson, Keegan Bradley, Tyson McCumber, Seamus Power, Lucas Herbert, Sebastian Munoz, Patton Kazir, Bo Van Pelt, Matt Wallace, Maverick Neesmith, Adam Putnam, Richie Wierenski, among those cut. All right, now I'm going to go over the NASCAR results from the weekend. We will start with the truck series. And your winner from Talladega was Tate Fogelman. Second, Tyler Hill. Third, Todd Gilliland. Fourth, John Hunter Nemechek. Fifth, Ryan Truex. Sixth, Corey Roper. Seventh, Spencer Boyd. Eighth, Danny Bowe. Ninth, Chase Purdy. 10th, Keith McGee. 11th, Jordan Anderson. 12th, Sheldon Creed. 13th, Ben Rhodes. 14th, Matt Craft. And 15th, Brett Holmes. The rest, Cody Rohrbach, Norm Benning, Willie Allen, Chandler Smith, Derek Kraus, Grant Effinger, Stuart Friesen, Clay Greenfield, Haley Deegan, Carson Osvar, Dylan Lupton, Jason White, Tyler Ankrum, Austin Wayne South, Johnny Sauter, Jennifer Jo Cobb, Austin Hill, Zane Smith, Tanner Gray, Drew Dollar, Chris Wright, Parker Kligerman, Lawless Allen, Bryant Dozat, and Jack Wood. And now the Xfinity results from Talladega. And your winner, Brandon Brown. It's a little bit of an upset there. Second, Brandon Jones. Third, Justin Allgaier. Fourth, Daniel Hemrick. Fifth, Jordan Anderson. Sixth, Justin Haley. Seventh, Jeb Burton. Eighth, Austin Cindric. Ninth, Josh Berry. 10th, Joe Graff Jr. The rest, Ryan Teague, Jake Buford, Blake Perkins, Josh Williams, Joey Gase, JJ Yeley, Santino Ferrucci, Tommy Joe Martins, Garrett Smithley, Kyle Weatherman, Alex Labb, John Hunter Nemechek, Matt Mills, Jeremy Clements, Harrison Burton, Brett Moffitt, Riley Herbst, Jason White, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Noah Gragson, Matt Snyder, Cesar Barcerella, Ryan Vargas, CJ McLaughlin, Mason Massey, Bailey Curry, Landon Castle, Sam Meyer, AJ Allmendinger, and David Starr. All right, so the Cup race will actually be going off today. But there was one also last Sunday in Vegas at night, and then the Talladega race got postponed to today, 1 o'clock on NBC. I made a pick for that race on the show on Friday, and I went with Kevin Harvick. But here's your starting lineup. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, William Byron, Alec Bowman, after Byron was the top 10. And then the rest, Bowman, Chris Bell, Tyler Reddick, Kurt Busch, Matt DiMatteo, Austin Dillon, Chase Briscoe, Daniel Suarez, Bubba Wallace, Eric Almirola, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, Ryan Newman, Eric Jones, Ryan Preece, Cole Custer, Corey LaJoie, Anthony Alfredo, Cody Ware, BJ McLeod, Justin Allgaier, Josh Bleekie, Quinn Houff, Joey Gase, Garrett Smithley, Justin Haley, James Davison, and Landon Castle. Okay, now I'm going to do my NHL goalie rankings for the season. Today will be goalies. Tomorrow will be defensemen. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be a combination of centers and wings. And then the trade value I'm going to push back probably to next week because I want to get all the rankings done. So I'm going to push trade value back maybe to next week. So I apologize about that. So without further ado, my 2021-22 NHL preseason goaltender rankings. All right, number 32, Aaron Dell, Senators. 31, Carter Hutton, Coyotes. 30, Mackenzie Blackwood, Devils. 29, Cal Peterson, Kings. 28, Matt Murray, Senators. 27, Adin Hill, Sharks. 26, Linus Ullmark, Bruins. 25, Mike Smith, Oilers. 24, Jack Campbell, Maple Leafs. 23, Tristan Jarry, Penguins. 22, Cam Talbot, Wild. 21, Thatcher Demko, Canucks. 20, Freddie Anderson, Hurricanes. 19, Ilya Samsonov, Capitals. 18, Carter Hart, Flyers. What a fall for grace for him. 17, Elvis Merzlikins, Blue Jackets. 16, Antoine Khudobin, Stars. 15, Igor Shesterkin, Rangers. 14, Jordan Binghamton, Blues. 13, Marc-Andre Fleury, Blackhawks. 12, Semyon Varlamov, Islanders. 11, John Gibson, Ducks. 10, Connor Hellebuck, Jets. 9, Sergei Bravovsky, Panthers. 8, Jacob Markstrom, Flames. 7, Philip Grubauer, Kraken. 6, Alex Nedeljkovic, Red Wings. 5, Juicy Saros, Predators. 4, Robin Leonard, Golden Knights. 3, Darcy Kemper, Avalanche. 2, Carey Price, Canadiens. And number 1, Andrei Vasilevsky, Tampa Bay Lightning. Vasilevsky, 2-time Stanley Cup winner back-to-back. And Vezina Trophy winner. So you got to put Vasilevsky up there. Carey Price, back to the Carey Price of old. Carrying the Canadiens to the final last year. Kemper was just amazing with his tenure with the Coyotes, and now he goes to a much better team in Colorado. Leonard really just snagged that starting job away from Fleury in Vegas. Juicy Saros really is a star in Nashville. Nedeljkovic was fabulous last year for Carolina, and I think they're going to regret that one, giving him up to the Red Wings, who now find themselves with a goalie. Grubauer was awesome last year, but he goes to a much worse team in the Kraken. Markstrom, I think, could have a bounce-back year for Calgary. Bobrovsky was better in year 2 than in year 1 with the Panthers. So I expect him to be good again. And then Hellebuck, like feast or famine, but I just think his upside's tremendous. And he really makes the Jets' defense look better than it actually is. Hart was number 1 on this list a year ago, but I really should say 9 months ago. But he's really fallen off a cliff, and I'm not totally convinced he's the franchise guy that I thought he was 9 months ago. And then a lot of young guys in the mix in the teens after some veterans there with Gibson, Varlamov, and Fleury. Alrighty then. Now we move on to news and notes for today. Which is a lot of stuff from the weekend that went down. The biggest story, obviously, Tom Brady's return to New England. He was greeted with cheers, but when he came out to take snaps for the Bucks during the game, there were boos. And it was just an electric atmosphere. The Patriots arguably should have won the game. And Brady and Belichick had a quick hug after the game. But they did embrace. And there's a picture of the hug as the caption was fitting on Twitter by somebody. The greatest hashtag forever New England or forever NE. And the funny viral thing from this game was Steve Belichick, the son of Bill, as they're making fun of Bill's son's facial expressions as they're facing up against Brady. And Brady also passes Drew Brees to become the NFL's all-time passing leader. Very fitting he does it in his return to New England game. And then the Patriots did a tribute video, which was very nice. And then Brady, on the Belichick relationship after the game, nothing is really accurate about his reported relationship with Belichick after the two talked post-game. So I just wanted to touch on all the subplots of the Brady return game. So Juju Smith-Schuster is a TikToker. We all know that. As he threw a tablet and it turned into a TikTok roast. He was very angry as the Steelers fell to 1-3. Carlton Davis left the game against the Patriots last night after sustaining a non-contact injury. Jimmy Garoppolo injured his ankle in the 49ers' loss against the Seahawks. And he is hopeful that it'll just be a couple of weeks, as he's likely out next week. And then Trey Lance came in the third quarter and showed a little something, but it wasn't enough. Teddy Bridgewater exited the game against the Ravens with a concussion. That's unfortunate. David Montgomery, knee injury. The Bears don't think it's a torn ACL, so that's good. Gronk has a punctured lung and 4 cracked ribs and 1 broken rib. Tua Tagovailoa expected to return Week 6 against the Jaguars on October 17th, so he'll be out this upcoming Sunday, and then we'll be back next Sunday, the 17th. The Titans were without A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, which was a big reason why they lost that game against the Jets. So Darius Smith has surgery on his back, as Smith will be out an extended time. The Packers also won't have Marquez Valdes-Scantling, as he's on short-term injury reserve, as he'll be out for a couple of weeks. And the Steelers were missing Chase Claypool due to a hamstring injury he suffered in practice. Some other sports notes. Shohei Ohtani opening to staying in Los Angeles, as he says he's very open to a long-term extension with the Angels, as he's due to become a free agent in 2024. The St. Louis Cardinals re-signed Adam Wainwright as they bring him back for 2022. He was fabulous this year, so I don't blame him for bringing him back. J.D. Martinez's status for the wildcard game to be determined after he twisted his ankle. But someone who won't be playing in the American League wildcard game will be DJ LeMahieu, as he was placed on the injured list with sports hernia. So that's a big loss for the Yankees as they lose their leadoff man. And someone who's had a bad year for his standards, but he's somebody that they'll miss in the postseason and in tomorrow night's game potentially. And Max Muncy's unlikely to play in the National League wildcard game, nor the NLDS if they advance due to an elbow injury, as he collided with Jace Peterson at first base. And someone else who won't be pitching for the Dodgers, most likely in the postseason, is Clayton Kershaw, as he exited the Friday start in the second inning with an elbow injury, as the Dodgers called it forearm discomfort as he's on the injured list. That's unfortunate for them. The NHL reached out to Robin Leonard, asking if he wants a direct interview following his tweets on on Saturday night, considering meds. And Josh Archibald is out indefinitely as he is diagnosed with heart condition myocarditis, which is unfortunate for him, who also had COVID over the summer. So Kentucky upsets Florida, and they were chanting, "We want Bama." But somebody disagreed. No, you don't. And that one guy is probably right. Kawhi Leonard ahead of schedule, as the Clippers have been very impressed with their stars' progress and haven't ruled him out for the season. So that's a subplot to keep your eye on for the Clippers this year. The Pacers have emerged as a contender for Ben Simmons and is considered a sleeper team in the whole situation. So keep an eye on for the Pacers. I wonder who they'd give up. Maybe Malcolm Brogdon. And if that's the case, then that's a win for Philly. And the 76ers won't pay Ben Simmons, as that's crazy, but at the same time, they shouldn't. They're right to do that. And then he comes back and then he gets his money. The Canucks lock up both Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson to new deals. Hughes gets 6 years with an AAV of 7.85, and Pettersson 3 years, 7.35 AAV. Aladdin on Broadway canceled through October 10th due to breakthrough COVID cases after it was initially reported that it was only going to be closed for one day and they were going to return, but no, closed through October 10th, so that's only until Sunday. And then the new AP Top 25 in college football. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Georgia. Number 3, Iowa. Number 4, Penn State. Number 5, Cincinnati. Number 6, Oklahoma. Number 7, Ohio State. 8, Oregon. 9, Michigan. 10, BYU. 11, Michigan State. 12, Oklahoma State. 13, Arkansas. 14, Notre Dame. 15, Coastal Carolina. 16, Kentucky. 17, Ole Miss. 18, Auburn. 19, Wake. 20, Florida. 21, Texas. 22, Arizona State. 23, North Carolina State. 24, SMU, and number 25, San Diego State. So there's your new top 25 in the AP poll for the week. And last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. The pick is the Chargers. That's the only game going tonight, believe it or not, in any sport, because baseball regular season's done. There's hockey and NBA preseason going on, but I don't like betting on the preseason. That's just hard to handicap. So I'm going to lay the 2 units with the Los Angeles Chargers over the Las Vegas Raiders. So there you have it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything from Monday Night Football, And then we'll look ahead to the AL wildcard game. I'll do my NHL defenseman rankings, obviously news and notes, and my best bet too. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.